Hi, Cancer. All right, so let's see what's going on with my Cancers moving into August. This is your August overview. So we'll be covering what's changing in your lifestyle, what's going to be coming in regarding your finances, career, or business. And last but not least, we'll be covering your love life in the month of August. So first, I'm just going to pull an oracle to talk about your overall energy in the month of August. All right, tell me about Cancer's overall energy and themes in the month of August. What can they expect? Give me some messages, please. Anything significant to my Cancers for the month of August? All right, we have kisses. So this talks about unconditionally loving, giving and receiving affection, and falling in love. So it seems like love is going to be a big theme in August for you. Let's get another card and seal that in. All right, we have coffin. Endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, and transition. So maybe a relationship is transitioning from one stage to the next. There could have been a lot of things that had to leave your life for new and positive and beautiful things to emerge into your next chapter. So definitely feel like you're maybe letting go of a lot of things, letting go of the worry or the anxieties around losing certain things, being open to change, noticing that change is bringing in the things that you want, and feeling positive about your future moving ahead. So I really like these cards for you. Bottom of the deck, we have engagement ring. So this talks about engagement, partnership, commitment, eternity, completion, and union. All right, so something definitely dealing with a relationship that we'll cover in the love portion of this read. So let's go ahead and talk about your lifestyle and what you can expect coming up next in your lifestyle. Give me some messages, please, for my Cancers. Anything significant to their lifestyle, anything new that's coming into their life overall, please allow those messages to come out in this reading. Tell me about Cancer in August. All right, Seven of Wands. This nervous like energy has been coming out for everyone. So I feel like we're all going to just be nervous wrecks in August. I don't know what's going on. So let's see what else comes out for you. So you have the Seven of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, really nice. And you have the Moon. Okay. Well, starting off with that Seven of Wands, I do feel like there's a nervousness here. There's an energy of you feeling like you are all by yourself and you're putting yourself out there with no help, no support. You're having to show off like a skill set or a talent. You're showing that you're as good as the rest of them. So you may be doing something that's new for you and you're trying to show that you belong here or that I am really good at this or I'm skilled, I'm talented, I deserve this. And it feels like you don't really have a lot of support. Not saying that people don't support you, but this may also be you taking a new leaf, turning over a new leaf in your lifestyle, whereas other people in your life have not caught on. So, say you're really getting into working out, but your friends that you usually hang out with don't really work out and they really can't support you the way that you really need during this time. Say that you are going back to school, but you're the first person in your family to ever go to college, or maybe you are the people that you're close with in your family, none of them really can relate. So it feels like you're doing something where your safety net or the people that are usually your support system don't know anything about or can't really offer their aid or expertise or their advice. And it's very nerve wracking to really step out on your own and make it a success or just show off that you can do this. Let's clarify that with the Seven of Wands. So you're doing something new in your lifestyle And you're going to be surrounded with a lot of talented or skilled or practiced people. So there's a lot of people here who have been doing this longer than you, who do this quite a bit in their life. They have maybe like a upper hand, or they have more history here, and you're kind of like the new girl or guy in town, you know, showing that you can get down with the rest of them. You're just as good, but it's kind of nerve-wracking. All right, so what's the Seven of Wands? You could be challenging yourself by surrounding yourself with people that you can learn from, okay, or that you're inspired by, but it may just feel weird to even put yourself in the same room at first. I feel like you belong, okay? We have the High Priestess in reverse, okay? So I feel like also another thing, this requires you to get out of your comfort zone of maybe being private or just having a little bit more mystery. You're really having to open up or get very vulnerable with whatever this is. And that is something that you're not used to. But to be able to go after this goal of yours, you have to put yourself out there. So that's what I'm seeing with the High Priestess. So it is kind of nerve-wracking. Let's see what else is here. Strength card. I just feel like you can get down with the best of them, Cancer. I don't care what this is, and if it's new for you, you have a natural talent or skill, or this is for you. This was part of your path right now in life. This is what you're meant to be doing. You are good enough, okay? Especially with the strength card. This will show a lot through your discipline. You get up and you show up each time, even if you're scared shitless, even if you're so nervous, even if you have anxiety, you're still getting up and showing consistency on this grind. You're showing also self-control as well. So you're really holding back from like things that do not serve you and staying very focused and concentrated. I feel like you're really you're inspired by your environment, but you are also inspiring people by how committed you are to something. You don't give up, and you really push yourself. You exert yourself to be better each and every day. So this looks really good, whatever this is. If this is a new hobby, interest for you, a new social scene, if this is like something that you're incorporating as your daily routine, whatever this is, you're meant to be there and you're actually turning heads. All right, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So this could be like lots of luxury. There's something in your lifestyle that is considered luxurious, maybe even in your material world. So I don't know if you're like having business success that's pouring over into your lifestyle. Maybe with your work, you're getting like you're making a lot of profit in your work, whatever you do, your hustle, and that's pouring over into your lifestyle. You can be indulging in the finer things in life. You could be taking an expensive class. You could be taking an expensive workshop, going to more expensive restaurants, lounges, maybe taking an expensive trip, or you're planning one. You're definitely indulging in something that is worth a lot of value, that's going to be sustainable in your life, that you're going to be able to consistently do. This could also be your environment. There's like very valuable people around you, and you're also exerting yourself as very valuable as well. So this could be like great for networking, collaboration. Tell me about the Ten of Pentacles for my Cancers. Chariot. All right. I see a lot of successful people around you in your lifestyle that could become friends or just becoming part of your daily routine, that you see these people, that you interact with these people, and it could be rubbing off on you and elevating your life in a major way. All right. So something about like-minded individuals, powerful people with the Chariot, very successful, driven, motivated energies around you that's making you an asset as well, or upping your value. Some of you guys, something about a very expensive car could be coming into your life, or you're driving one around. I don't know if you're driving this like because it's like loaned to you, or maybe this is like a rental that you're utilizing. Maybe it is your actual car in your possession, but I do see you being in expensive cars. All right, the Fool. Again, there's something very new to you here, but you will get acclimated with, and it's something surrounding a lot of wealth or valuable assets, people, resources, communities, whatever it is. We have the Moon here. So this could be like a lot of insecurities or doubts or worries, anxieties, fears that you have stepping into this new space. You know, you're doing things, you're showing up consistently, but at the end of the day, you may come home and wonder, can I keep this up? Am I good enough? Is this going to work out for me? So I see a lot of like illusions, clouds over your success right now, things that are trying to disillusion you, make you think less of yourself. You could be having a lot of insecurities being in these new spaces. You really have to fight through these because I do see this being a challenge for you in August. So you have to fight through this every day. You have to affirm yourself. You have to big yourself up. You have to really like, you know, get out of that mindset if it starts to dwindle and you start to have these low energies or sadness or worries, anxieties about your future. You're meant to be in this room or you're meant to be doing this thing. What's the Moon? Temperance. Okay, so I see you being able to level yourself out of this fear mindset or out of these insecurities. I see you being able to like have some balance. So there's going to be a lot of great days, but just know with the Temperance too, there's going to be days too where you're kind of worried or you're fearful, but I don't see you standing in that energy. I don't see you sticking with that energy. So that's good. It's just like ebbs and flows with the Temperance. Something is telling you to have patience with yourself. You know, give yourself grace, okay, as you're evolving day to day. Don't try to be Mr. or Mrs. Perfect. You're going to have perfect days, but some days you're not, and it's okay. It doesn't make you any less than. Four of Wands, also getting acclimated in this new energy, this new vibe around these new people and these new environments. You're trying to get comfortable, and you feel comfortable some days, but some days you feel uncomfortable, and you just have to know it's just a temporary feeling. The more you involve yourself, it'll become easy. All right, so just don't get so caught up in a day where you have low confidence. That's not how the rest of your month is going to go. You're going to have a lot of days with high confidence. Just know that this is part of the process. Give yourself some grace and you'll be fine. All right, I like it. I like it a lot. All right, let's move on to your finances, career, or your business in the month of August. What can you tell me about Cancer's finances, material world, career, or business in the month of August? Give me some messages, please. All right, we have the 10 of Swords. Nine of Swords. And the Page of Cups. Okay. First and foremost, there's this lingering energy of some type of devastating ending when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your income, how you make your money, whatever it is. Maybe even like a collaboration, a business connection, career connection. There was some type of devastating ending here. And I feel like it's still lingering over into August where you just kind of still have that icky feeling and, you know, the shame that it didn't go the way that you wanted it to. Maybe feeling like you didn't deserve that, okay? Because no one deserves the 10 of Swords, but it just happens, you know, in life. Sometimes we go through the worst of the worst. So this is still lingering into your energy, and it brings you a little bit of anxieties and overthinking about your current place, where you're at financially today, where you're at with your business today, where you're at in your career today, and your hustle today. It brings some anxieties. With the Page of Cups, okay, this makes you very sensitive. You may be very sensitive to constructive criticism or opinions about your money and how you're spending your money, or about how you're saving your money. You could be very sensitive about your work ethic, and if people have opinions behind that, very sensitive when it comes to your business and your craft, your hustle. It makes you very sensitive, but I also see an energy of forgiveness that you have. It's like giving yourself grace. Okay, so grace is like your keyword in August. Not taking things so much to heart, knowing that you're an imperfect human being, but you do a lot of things perfectly, um, and giving yourself grace and forgiveness, maybe for whatever happened in the past, even if it wasn't your doing. Just forgiving that period in your past so you can let it go and shake off this anxiety. Because I feel like things are going very well or looking up for you, but it's hard to really like appreciate that when you're kind of stuck in the past here. Tell me about the Ten of Swords. What happened in the past with your finances, career, material world? Tell me about what happened with Cancer. Ten of Swords. What is hard for you to kind of shake? Knight of Pentacles. Stagnancy or feeling like things move really slow. You could have been seeing people having easier access or moving faster along in their process than you were. Maybe even with money or your financial goals, you would see people around you reaching those goals, and you're kind of like stuck in place or feeling like you're not making much progress. Maybe you've seen people get promoted over you when you've been working so hard. Maybe in your business is not getting that much traction at a certain time in the past, but someone else's business was thriving and you just couldn't see the progress. So you have a lot of pain over like slow and steady energy. You have to know that slow and steady is king, and it's really one of those energies where even people around you may feel like you're not making much haste, but at the end of times, when it's all said and done, you will be the one who's left standing, and you'll be the one who has accumulated amazing wealth. Okay, so sometimes slow is just very like deceiving, but when time has passed and you see what you have built and how it's consistent and it's not going anywhere, and this is a legacy, it's all makes sense and it's all worth it. So that's maybe something that you're trying to learn and adjust to not have those feelings of being overlooked or just your time not coming, because it is coming. Ten of Swords for Cancer. Emperor. You know, the slow nature may have irked your soul in the past and really hurt you deeply. But one thing that has taught you and has grown you to be is like a great business owner, or someone who's about their business, someone who's super responsible, someone who's accountable, someone who's very serious about their career path, or very serious about their business, or very serious about their finances. So it kind of gave you a heads up where you're now in today's time just very responsible, and you're kind of like the friend whose bills are paid on time. You're the friend who, you know, has a savings fund, a rainy day fund. You're the friend who doesn't have a problem paying that large bill or going on vacation because you have accounted for your finances, you've accounted for your business, you've accounted for your career. You're just super responsible. You're also the person who's setting up some type of legacy where you'll be the one in charge, the woman in charge, the man in charge, the head, you know, bitch in charge, the head man in charge. Okay, so you're setting up like this very great business sense or financial sense that is going to be very useful for you and fast track you for your future. Nine of Swords. Let's see what you're so worried about in August. Nine of Swords, please. All right, Eight of Wands. Okay, so this could be a very fast-paced energy or money coming in really fast. There's some doubts or fears about if this will be consistent or if you can keep this up, or will you always have this abundance, this harvest coming in. There's some fears around that. So say you're like a trainer, you're getting so many clients in the month of August, but you can't even really enjoy the success because you're wondering, when September comes, will I be as abundant as this, or is this just kind of like one and done? You could be making a lot of commissions in August. You could be getting your savings up in August, making a lot of money. You're also being able to maybe buy a lot of nice things in August with your material world. But there's so much energy of like focusing on the future instead of right now, to where you're just not even enjoying all of your gifts, all of your blessings, because you just keep wondering, can I keep this up? Will this happen for me next month? Is this going to be my narrative moving forward? So there's a lot of worries around that. If this is sustainable, if this is something that will continue, can I be abundant enough to have this again? All right. So when that's happening, take a pause and remember how you're doing yourself a disservice by not enjoying the right now. And you're so responsible that no matter what happens in the future, I feel like you're going to be incredibly set. So, that's just my 2 cents. All right, what else is here? Knight of Swords in reverse, okay? There's also this energy of maybe feeling like you're not seizing the moment, which is like, you know, overlooking great opportunities that are in front of you, great rewards that are in front of you, not seizing the moment. So be careful not to drown out the good energy that the universe is pushing in. Like this is like having gratitude and being in bliss, enjoying what you have, enjoying what's now. Don't be so fixated on the future. And if you're going to fixate on the future, just think about bigger and better. Think that you're going to have better. Affirm that your future is going to be way more abundant. All right, Page of Cups for my Cancers. Ooh. Ace of Cups, okay? So there's something here that's bringing a spark back into, it's bringing life and longevity and a spark back into your money, in your material world, which you're able to purchase and possess in this world, in your career and also in your business. There's a spark coming in, and you're being called to forgive yourself for the past, for not really enjoying these good moments. And the way that you show that you have gratitude is by enjoying this moment. When this comes in, when you're feeling passion behind your career or your business, your hustle, when you're feeling that spark back with your money and feeling satisfied with your money, the way that you can forgive your past and maybe lingering too much in that negative is by enjoying the current. Looks really good. I don't see anything bad here. Seven of Swords in reverse as well, okay? Seven of Swords is an energy where I've seen a lot of people that fear something and then they become that fear. So Seven of Swords in reverse is like, stop fearing something so that you don't adopt that energy. For example, if you fear that you attract a lot of detached individuals, don't fear that so much to the where when people come into your life, you don't open up. You become the detached individual. So whatever this is, if you fear brokenness, don't fear it so much that you just kind of sit in place and mope around and then you become broke. So Seven of Swords in reverse. That's all that is saying. It's just reaffirming. Keep your eye on the prize and stay in the positive. Do not get back into the sunken place, whatever that may mean for you, which is the Ten of Swords, okay? All right, let's go ahead and talk about your love life to close this one out for you. Let me shuffle a little bit. My nose is itching so much during your reading, Cancer, because I feel like we've hit a lot of good points for you, or maybe we hit a lot of spots that were sensitive for you, and I've been channeling a little bit. So my nose is like on fire right now. All right, let's see. Tell me about my Cancer's love life in the month of August. What can they expect? What new is happening in their love life? Anything significant? Please allow it to come out in this reading. Tell me all about Cancer's love life in the month of August. What can you tell us? And thank you, Spirit. Tower in reverse. Ace of Wands. Oopsies. Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. Okay, so there's some type of beginning here. So maybe something was threatening your connection or your new connection coming in. There's some type of like avoiding the tower. So something seemed like it was going to blow up in your face. Something felt like it was going to fall apart, but it was a false tower and nothing is going to change, or the foundation is still strong that you and this person are still going to continue this connection. So even if this is a new person coming in, it may start off really nice and you really enjoy this person, but something may be threatening the connection where you feel like, oh my God, we're not going to be able to bounce back from this. This person's going to fall off the face of the earth and I'm just going to have to mourn this connection and move forward. Well, that's not happening. It feels like this connection is strong enough, even if it's a new connection, to stand whatever this test is and still move forward in solidarity. I love all of the aces because it talks about maybe even starting fresh or having that new beginning, that new spark. So it feels like there's clarity where there's a conversation of openness and just being honest and truthful, expressing yourselves and coming to some type of resolution based off of whatever the tower could have been. Once you guys are able to have that adult conversation, I see a big spark. Sometimes for me as a reader, the Ace of Wands is like making up. It's like that makeup sex or that makeup makeout. And this talks about having true passion, a true fire igniting in this bond between you and this person. So much attraction physically and lots of sexual chemistry. And then even further than that, it shows that this relationship or connection has substance because you guys are taking some type of commitment to the next level. All right, so this could be the beginning stages of commitment between you and someone new, or if you're already in an established connection or marriage, it feels like you and this person are recommitting to making this work and moving forward. All right, tell me about the Tower in reverse for Cancer's love life. What is the Tower in reverse? All right, so we have the Lovers in reverse here. So it may feel like someone, okay, the Lovers in reverse can mean like maybe someone made a misstep and made a decision or took an action that the other person was not in favor of, right? So it may feel like someone did something that kind of upset their significant other or the other person involved. And it's like, how could you do that? You know, that's not something that I stand for. So there could be some miscommunication or misinterpretation behind someone's actions or what they say. And it could feel like, okay, this is going to be the end. I don't even understand how they could do that. I don't know how they could say that, but it feels like it's going to be repaired. Something is solid enough that you guys can have clarity and have a honest conversation and work it out. So let's see how that's happening. All right, we have the Page of Wands. Okay, so it's almost like after this happens, there's one person here who's curious to know why. For example, say we're dating Cancer and you know your deal breaker is like someone who I don't know. Maybe I say something like in a message that rubs you the wrong way. It's a trigger for you. And you are just kind of disgusted that I would even say that or do something. And the Page of Wands is like, even after you tell me that maybe we're not meant to be and that you were really disappointed by what I said or what I did, I have a natural instinct to understand what hurt you. You know, sometimes when people fight or if something happens, sometimes there's not that maturity of like, if you're mad at me, then it's like, okay, fuck off, then bye. Don't speak to me again. I guess we're done. But this feels like someone who may have done something wrong and may not have had the intent to do it. When they're being told that this is not going to work, they're like, well, explain to me why that hurt you. What did I do wrong? We have to talk about this. It's not just going to be done. All right. So something that was meant to be a big blow up kind of fizzles out because someone has an instinct to get to the bottom of things, to talk things through. What's the Ace of Wands? It feels very heated, and I don't mean that in a negative way, but it feels very heated when you and this person come together to discuss whatever this is. And I mean that in a way of like, I'm hot. Like, it feels like a lot of temptation. It feels like you guys want to jump each other's bones. It feels like you guys want to go home together. What's the Ace of Pentacles? Maybe it's very attractive, even someone taking the initiative to figure things out, to work things out. All right, Death card. So there's almost like this meeting that had the intent that we're going to end things, we're going to be done. But it feels like there's a makeup session there. I'm sorry to laugh, guys. I just think it's silly. All right, Knight of Pentacles. Someone's saying, you know what? I'm still committed to this. I want to see this through. However long it may take, I have the patience and I'm going to nurture and invest in this. So this comes off very hot and heavy, a big makeup session, but it also leads with a lot of investment and commitment to see something through. And I think that's what the Ace of Pentacles is saying as well. So tell me about the Ace of Pentacles. What can Cancer or this person that is seeing Cancer expect to be the next steps here? Knight of Wands. Hangman in reverse. I feel like someone is very impulsively saying, I want to be in a relationship, or saying, I want to get married, or saying, I want to live together. There's some type of deeper commitment that is being offered. It's coming out very impulsively. So a part of whoever's receiving this offer may feel like, did this person think this through, or are they just saying this? But what you need to know about whoever is saying this or offering this commitment, yes, it is coming out very impulsively. Yes, this person may feel like they need to do this to seal the deal between this connection, that we're not breaking up, we're not moving forward, we're going to stay together. But it also comes from a change of direction or a change of mindset. Someone now feels aligned to your mindset, or you feel aligned to theirs, where they want to do this together, or they're ready for the next steps. So someone's mind is completely changed. They're not acting out of fear, or they're not just saying things. They're really aligned to their action here, which is this commitment. It looks good. All right, I don't know what to say, but it looks really good. All right, so if you end up blocking someone, or you feel like you're just gonna go in solitude after this, it's in reverse. It's not really happening. This person is like, unblock my number, let me back in. We can work this out. I'm ready to be on the same page. All right, so it looks good. So I'm gonna leave it there, Virgo. Definitely, if you enjoyed this reading, give me a thumbs up, like the video, and also subscribe to the channel. If you do want a personal reading from me, my website is now open. The links are in the description box down below if you want to check out the personal readings, or if you want to check out the new website. I appreciate your support and your love and your presence each and every time. I'm so grateful, and I will see you guys very soon in the next one. Make sure to have a beautiful, blessed, positive, happy, and abundant rest of your week. All right, bye.